distance in your eyes.
If you've ever participated in debates on the basic tenets of religion, such as the existence of any gods, then you've probably heard some people say that atheism is somehow dogmatic or fundamentalist. This accusation is most often made by people who follow a certain religion, but sometimes you'll also hear it from other atheists. I think I know why this happens. Sometimes people hear certain words used in a negative context, and even though they have no idea what these words actually mean, they decide to reuse them for their own purposes because they think it's effective and it sounds good.
Let's take a look at what dogma really is. Dogma is a principle or set of principles laid down by an authority as incontrovertibly true. What does that mean? The term dogmatic can be used despairingly to refer to any belief that is held stubbornly, including political and scientific beliefs. This would also include atheistic beliefs.
Dogmatic and fundamentalist are not the right words to describe atheism. For a position to be dogmatic, there must first be dogma to follow. For a position to be fundamentalist, there must be fundamentals to adhere to. So, what is the dogma of atheism? Well, the one position that atheists have in common is that they do not believe that any gods exist. And that's really all there is to it.
This is the fundamental of atheism. Believing that a God exists is not dogmatic. It is just a belief. It is the fundamental of a belief.
If a person does believe that a god or gods exist, then they aren't an atheist. But if they do not, then they are an atheist. It's just that simple. So, can this be considered dogma? I don't think so. Dogma is an established doctrine of beliefs that are held as such an authority that to question them is not allowed.
Well, now see, that's the thing about dogma, is that some people believe that dogma doesn't exist in their group because they are atheists. And that itself is a dogma. Atheists in general believe that they are so above everybody else, that they are smarter, that their logic cannot be questioned, and they begin to get dogmatic about it. Most atheists start with, "I simply don't believe," that's it. Then they take a step further and go into beliefs that their wisdom is so profound, so logical, that it has to be the absolute, undeniable, correct truth. Then the dogma embrace is that all religion and theists are stupid. Theists can't be distinguished from sane people. The Bible is a book of lies. People are brainwashed. Religion is bad and needs to be removed from the world entirely. Then someone tells them that they should be angry for believing in the first place, and poof, they are. This is dogma.
The question of whether any gods exist is something that atheists confront and address to the best of their abilities on a fairly regular basis. When people find out that you're an atheist, some of them will ask, "Why don't you believe in God?" And then you explain why you personally do not believe in God. And the answers can be different for every atheist.
Some atheists are sheep and are looking for answers and believe the first thing that they are told.
This is about the arrogance of many people in the so-called atheist community, or many people online who talk about atheism in general. And I'm not talking about atheism itself per se. I'm talking about the attitudes that many of these people have towards trying to understand the world in general, and how they simply take the dogma of religion and replace it with the dogma of whatever they are told is mainstream science without knowing anything for themselves whatsoever.
Dogma has even been established by scientific communities, in which that in the 80s it was dogmatically believed that HIV and AIDS was contracted through homosexual activity. This dogmatic belief trickled down to the masses, and people in general started believing that AIDS was widely spread through homosexual activity alone.
How does a guy look at another guy's hairy ass and fall in love? How does that work? No, it's a guy's hairy ass. What am I supposed to do? Pretend? And AIDS has really made it a popular sport, huh? Thanks, guys. Thanks for giving us the Black Plague of the 80s. Thanks!
Ladies be saying, gay men are the best friends to have. Because they don't want anything from you, you don't want anything from them. You can just hang out, you can be with them, it's fun. You can talk to them and all that bullshit, and they be hanging out with them. You know what's real scary about that? That new AIDS shit. AIDS is scary because it kills motherfuckers, AIDS. Kills people. It petrifies me because girls be hanging out with them. And one night they could be in the club having fun with their gay friend and give them a little kiss and go home with that AIDS on their lips. Go home with their husband, and like 5 years later, Mr. Johnson, you have AIDS. He goes, AIDS? Well, I'm not a homosexual. Sure, you're not a homosexual.